Hey, what's up everyone? How you all doing? So, the maxis of the axis and the angle of the dangle, praise be to our bow designing space lords, because mouthful. The Cernos Prime got some really nice changes with the recent weapon buffs. It's a completely different beast now, and I've been using it in a few of my previous videos, which has been getting requests for me to make a video on it. So here's the video. Now, players have long requested in Warframe for the Cernos Prime to have an alternate fire function added to it to allow us to switch arrows from vertical to horizontal, or at least make it function similar to Ivara's Artemis bow by allowing us to shift the angle of those arrows depending on how long you charge that shot up for. And now we finally can with the recent weapon pass update. All bows have now had their charge up speed reduced to half a second, with the exception of the Daikyu, which now has a 1 second charge up time, which is still amazing for the Daikyu. This change alone means that all of our bows can now drop out speed trigger if you don't want to use it, or vile acceleration mods out of those builds in favour of a different damage mod or a crit mod, depending on what you want to fit in. So the Cernos Prime now has a charge up speed of 0.5 seconds. Blink and your arrows are already loosed. Its reload speed was also changed from 1 second to 0.65, so overall the Cernos Prime got a DPS increase just from that reload speed and of course those charge up improvements. It's also had a plus 50% damage added to it for headshots. It's now a mastery rank 12 weapon, whereas before it was a mastery rank 8 weapon. The status chance on the Cernos Prime has been increased from 10% to 30%, so it's now got a really nice mix of crit and status, so you could mod it for a hybrid build or don't, or you could aim for 100% status with 4 dual stat mods to make every arrow deal a status effect, but it's really not as effective as a crit build with hunter munitions. But then again, what is? As a test, I built 2 different 100% status builds, one for corrosive and blast and the other for radiation and viral, and I took it up against a few level 150 heavy gunners, and it took a lot of arrows to put those down, whereas with a crit build for hunter munitions, it took it down in half that time, even quarter that time, which is a lot more effective. But I think the change in how we can switch arrow modes is probably the most welcome change to the Cernos Prime. It can clear rooms easily with those horizontal arrows, which of course are silent, or you can switch to the vertical mode to take out a harder target by hitting him with every arrow that you possibly can. Its vertical mode apparently is alarming and not silent, so this can't be used for stealth runs unless this is a bug, and it's going to be changed over the next few weeks. So horizontal for silent kills and vertical to let them know you're here to say hello before you end their existence. Brighten their day up a little bit with a nice greeting before you end it in a flurry of fucking arrows. Multi-shot mods will of course increase your arrow count, how many arrows you fire each time from your shots. So I have a Riven equipped on my Cernos Prime with multi-shot, which is why I have so many arrows when I fire it off. But with split chamber and vigilante armaments, you can see 7 or even sometimes 8 arrows being shot at one time. So the Cernos Prime has always been good at clearing rooms because of those horizontal arrows. You could take out multiple enemies in one go. But now that you can switch it to vertical, you can wipe out those really hard to kill enemies in one go as well. And if you want to maximize this bow and get the most out of it, then of course try it with Mirage for added effects. So this is my build for the new Cernos Prime. Like I said, I have a Riven on it and I'm running hunter munitions, but you could swap both of those out for Argon scope and bladed rounds if you wanted to, if you didn't have hunter munitions or a decent Riven either. Now the ideal Riven for this would be a crit chance, crit damage and either damage or multi-shot, but that would literally be the holy grail of Rivens for the Cernos Prime. Any of those stats on any kind of a Riven will of course boost the Cernos Prime up as well, if you can just get multi-shot or just get crit chance or just get crit damage. Now let me know what you think of the Cernos Prime, whether you like it after the change, whether you're going to run it, or if you don't have it, if you intend to actually build it. And do me a huge favour and hit that like button if you enjoyed the video, or don't if you didn't. Subscribe for more Warframe, and as always, thanks very much for watching.